Hey, what's going on, boys? So, a lot of you have been asking me for a new Apdo review before the new season drops, so here I am. Today's review, I'm going to be changing it up. It's not going to be the standard Apdo popping off, Apdo carrying. I'm going to be showcasing one of his rare losses. I'm going to be taking the perspective of the person who actually beat him in this review, Phantiks, who's also a close friend of mine, and Oceanic's best mid laner. So catching up with Phantiks about this game, I kind of asked him how it was, how he felt. He actually said he was more nervous during this solo queue game than he's ever been in his competitive games in the past. And he's had chances to play on the world stage against people such as Jensen, so you just kind of know how much of a big deal this was to him. So now that Phantiks has versed both Apdo and Faker now, I thought it'd be kind of interesting to ask what their playstyles were like, and he said they were night and day different. He pointed out that Faker was the harder opponent, mainly because of how aggressive he was. He was so aggressive in the laning phase, it was kind of oppressive to verse, there's not much he could do. While in contrast, Apdo was just so calculated, it was very hard to punish him and build up advantages. So today's gameplay is of Phantiks Ryze versus Apdo's Azir, probably the two strongest mages right now in this current patch, so without further ado, let's get straight into the gameplay. Alright, so heading to the game now, guys. I'm just going to quickly touch on the summoner spells. They've both gone for the heal, but the runes is going to be what separates them. So the Ryze has a summoner spell swap, probably going to go for the teleport early, while the Azir has the comet for the runes. So Azir really is going to dictate this laning phase early. Level 3, Azir wins this matchup hard. He should be able to bully around the Ryze, maybe get some mid lane priority. But as soon as the Ryze can hit level 3, perhaps get into a tier, he can start shoving the Azir in and get a lot of priority. You'll see a lot of players picking the Ryze into Azir these days, mainly just because of the shove. And the way that Azir is building, which is a Nash's, you have hardly any mana. So if you can deny Azir blues, he's really in a bad spot, and you can dictate the laning phase, get mid priority, and maybe your jungler can get something off and invade. So early on, you've just seen Dopa. He's shoved in the Ryze. It's expected. Ryze is not too fast. He CS's under tower pretty well. The flux spread makes those backline casters really easy to CS on. Just one final last hit. A little bit of a trade there, comes out even. At level 2, you'll start seeing that Azir should be able to win the trades, just simply with a Q and an auto. Ryze is happy to sit and farm, he just wants to stall it out. Survive laning phase, CS well, hit a side lane, and just start dictating the map. Right there, you see Dopa getting some nice trades off. You see how Ryze's short range here kind of really makes him at a disadvantage because of his short range early on. Apdo obviously knows this. Sets up the soldiers so that if Ryze wants to go for a CS, you're going to have to take a little bit of damage. Comment helping him out. Level 3 is where Ryze can maybe get a nice trade on. Alright, so Ryze has the shove on here, level 3 here. Nice little trade there. It's pretty simple. You just get the shield. It's really hard to trade into Ryze there. It's hard to win the trade. Gets the ward in the river. Now, take note, guys. That is a good ward. Warding here in the side lane brush doesn't give you any benefit to a Rengar that's wrapping around. Always get that ward there because it protects you from the mid lane side brush and it protects you from the Rengar flanking around, perhaps getting a bowler out. So it's going to save you your summoners, most likely. Azir's slowly getting down on mana. Ryze is getting down on health, though. Both out of potions. Still has the heal and the flash, though. No one's going to die here. Ryze definitely looking for that base. As Ryze, as soon as the first 3 waves are gone, you're kind of looking for a base. You just want to get that tier ASAP because you start that Sapphire Crystal. It's only 400 gold for the tier. Gets the shove. 29 at 30. Or pretty much 4. It's pretty good CSing right there. I think he's only missed a couple of CS. I think Dopa's down only 1. I think he left 1 in that lane, so it shoved into him. Now, Ryze should have his... Ryze will have a shard here if he wants to... What about for a teleport to the top side? He goes for it. He's about to pick up a kill. That's pretty quick. Can't get him. That's so unfortunate for the Ryze. Both summoners down. Now that Azir can really take advantage of the lane. Azir's got the heal. He's got the flash. Azir really needs to start dictating this laning phase. Get the Rengar priority so the Rengar can invade and maybe look for some ganks. Or even some roams. Bot lane drops. Their bot lane is doing well. Shoves the Ryze in. Azir in, sorry. He's going to start, Azir's really got to be careful with this mana, like I said. Ryze can win a trade, definitely. If he can get on the spacing of Apdo, he's going to win the trade. But if Apdo kites it perfectly, he's going to get pretty fucked. He's got to play it on the cooldowns. Phantiks, who was the Ryze, he was just saying that Apdo just plays around cooldowns insanely well. Like, it's just so hard to get good trades because he knows he said it felt like he just knew every timing perfectly. Like, it was like it's some type of fucking army in his head just ticking down the cooldowns. And I've spoken to others who have played Apdo as well. All said the exact same. Really good instincts, and it's very hard to kill him in ganks like that. You just saw there, I mean, he blew both summoners, but he just gets out safely. Holds the lane, puts some poke back onto the jungler as well. It's always really important, guys. If the enemy jungle is mid, put pressure on them. Don't just let them sit there and take fucking farm. Put pressure on them, get them low. It's going to mean that they can't take a camp afterwards. Perhaps they can't get a gank off, and that could potentially snowball the game. So don't let the jungler just sit there. Put a little bit of pressure on them. Blitzcrank comes in. No surprise that Apdo is getting a lot of pressure on by Ryze's team. I think maybe 2 ganks by Java now and a Blitzcrank gank. Three on 3. Not sure if they win, like, just because like Blitzcrank is absolutely useless after his hook. Pops down the Rengar. That's about it. Pick up a kill. Apdo's gonna be pretty furious about that. Puts his lane at a massive disadvantage. See how Ryze goes now. You can see if he shoves. He could probably get a catalyst soon. Hit that catalyst and it's just fucking game over. It's just shove, shove, shove. I can really dictate the lane from there. Blue buff's up, but the jungler's not around, so he might base. Catalyst and a control ward would definitely help. Whose control ward is that mid-top side? I didn't actually see. Might have been Blitzcrank, so it could be his. Gets the catalyst. Negatron as well, going for that Abyssal Mask. It's a really good buy into Azir. It pretty much just guarantees in the 1v1 scenario you're going to win. Another thing to look at, guys, is the stopwatch. It's pretty much a sure thing. If the Rengar or somebody ganks him, if the Maokai comes around, you can get out for free. It's literally ult, hourglass, boom, you're out. That's why Ryze is so good. It's why you see a lot of hourglasses, second item, and it's just guarantees you can play as aggressive as you want, but you just have that fallback of a free safety net. Now, how's Apdo? Apdo's down probably 10 CS or so. Why is he down CS? He's down CS purely because of the pressure he's had. They've put on him. Phantiks half mana, but he should be getting blue in the next minute or so. Oh, this could be something, yeah. Oh. Oh. If he hit that Q, he's dead. He got a kill there. Might actually drop here. No, he'll get it. Yeah. Like I said, the ult hourglass combo just gets him out for free. He could have, if he hit that spell, he would have got the kill, but Apdo jukes it out pretty well. Goes for it, goes topside, jukes down. It's really hard to predict that type of stuff. Apdo's one of the better dodgers in the game. Rengar can't. This should be a kill. He's fucking squishy as nice. Now watch Apdo here. Like, Apdo is probably one of the best players I've ever watched that knows when to and when to not commit. He never commits on things that aren't going to work out. He just knows if something's going to work or it's not going to work. And right there, he just hovers up. He's not going to go in for the combo. He's not going to go in for the kill. He knows it's not going to happen. Maybe he can go for one, but you'll never see Apdo going for 1v1s. It's never really worth it. It puts him behind. He doesn't want to blow any summoners. Getting the base off here. He should... Abyssal Mask? Lucidity. Lucidity boots, of course, it's just insane for Ryze because he gets your flash up even that more quicker. Quarter 7. 2.5k gold lead for the red side here. We'll see how they close out. Gangplank into Maokai, great matchup. Ryze into Azir is winning. Ashe into Ezreal. Honestly, don't really know. Don't really see too many Ashes these days. But yeah, I think this video just goes to show, like, as Apdo made many mistakes in laning phase, like he has made a couple of mistakes perhaps, but nothing too big. Good little combo there. The way that Ryzes do it, right, you just want to get your passive, you want to get that movement speed, jump in, get a W, EQ, auto, and just piece the fuck out. You get the shield, it's really hard to trade on you, and you just win. Costs a little bit mana, but it's not too much. See here, you just look, another E, get a Q, the movement speed. You can just edge up, kind of zone them away. Should be looking to get this blue. Holding pressure on him. The Jarvan is actually looking across. Ults in. Beautiful. This Jarvan's playing really well mid-side. Apdo get shut down. I think he was trying to go over and get a ward or something. I'm not too sure how he got caught up there, but I guess you could say that's another mistake. Phantiks has just played this really smart. He's played it really slow, really smart. His trading has been on point. He hasn't really taken any bad trades. He's honestly been out trading pretty much. And he's just going to continuously, as the game progresses, it's just going to get better and better for him here. Should have the Bissell now. Yeah, as soon as this happens, get the control ward as well. Get the blue, just start dictating. They should look for like mid lane priority, shove it, look for the objectives, look for Rift, look for Drake, take control of the game. Because games right now here can be turned easily. The Rengar has a Duskblade. He can get a one-shot onto, probably not the Ryze, but definitely the Ashe and the GP perhaps. I think the Ryze is actually pretty tanky. But yeah, Apdo has been hovering between like Masters, Diamond 1 and Diamond 2 for about a month now. So like it's pretty much almost exactly the same like elo as I was playing in when I was in Korea. And it's such a, I found it so hard to break out just because like everybody is really skilled. Everyone at that elo is competing so hard to try and break up into the master tier to be recognized. So Apdo has been struggling quite a bit. To be fair, I honestly think he's just been testing out a little bit. He's playing a lot of PUBG as well. I don't think he's taking the game too seriously. Just having a bit of fun in the preseason, but still has been in that MMR for a while now. Now you'll see Phantiks looking for trades here. He definitely wins the trade with the Bissell. He'll be looking for the Q, the E, E speed boost into a W, EQ. It's pretty much just like stock standard Ryze combos in lane. You can't out-trade it. Movement. W, E, Q, auto, boom. Just like I said. Q. Beautiful trades, beautiful trades. Apdo just tanking it, thinking he's going to dodge, but not going to happen. I think he dodged one Q, which probably could have been the kill, to be honest. Phantiks recognizes that. His Ryze is really good. I've versed it a couple of times. It's very hard to beat. Phantiks actually, he's like known as like, he has idolized Apdo for a long time now. He knew about Apdo before I even knew about him ages ago. He's plays a lot of TF, Kassadin, similar playstyle, similar champion pool. He's watched hundreds of VODs, countless he told me, so. He said he's actually, going into this matchup, he was pretty comfortable just knowing because he's watched that many VODs. He kind of said he was nervous but not, he was nervous but confident, if you know what I mean. But yeah, when he said he versus, picks up great double there. Enemy team is getting caught out in the river. Yeah, he said that Faker was a much harder opponent just because like Faker in the laning phase is just going to pressure you. He just said the aggressiveness is insane. But that aggressiveness can also get Faker to just literally int. You've seen it sometimes. Faker just has an absolutely shocker of a game. Resource. Look at that. Takes Gromp away, takes blue. As soon as he sees that advantage, guys, you just need to be taking everything. I see so many people just waste resources. If there's a jungle camp up, or if there's anything you can take away from the enemy, just grab it, take it. Any type of gold that you can take away from the enemy team is just going to build up your advantage and help you close out games. The only threat on the enemy team is really Rengar. Phantiks should be looking for an Hourglass soon. As soon as he hits that, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. As I said, that Hourglass is just that fallback. You can side lane, you can play aggressive, and then just get straight the fuck out. There's really nothing the enemy team can do to stop it. We have a lot of gold here. Hourglass purchase straight away. I want to see if he side lanes here or he goes down mid. A lot of the time you'll see in Korea, the bot lane will go mid and you go into a 1-3-1. Phantiks just goes straight down mid. Gonna shove it in. Look at Apdo on the map, guys. He's trying to take away, he's taking away camps. He's trying to salvage any farm he can get to turn it. A lot of the time you just see Apdo, he always somehow finds a way back into the game. Always. It's just so, I don't understand. He's probably one of the only players I see. Like, I think the game's over. Guess what? He just comes back into it. Only builds that farm up, gets into a good position. We'll see if he can do it here. I doubt it, but you really never know. If you're playing Azir, you can get a nice team fight. A lot of DPS there.
One less impediment.
Phantiks shoves, has that infinite mana pool. Ups that ult, level 11, so it's quite big. He has Hourglass, he should be fine here. Any team really played that fucking garbage. They were just like, Ezreal just 1v1'd him. Hourglass, dude, that's actually clean as fuck. I thought he was going to Hourglass there to get rid of that one minion that was coming in, but he's pretty chill about it and just fucking gets it. I think he's like 1 health. I think the enemy, I don't know, man. I think they could have got it. Like, that Rengar was just hovering in that topside brush while the Ezreal tried to 1v1. I think if they just jumped on him, he would have died, but enemy team fuck it up. Hey, it's RNG Casa. Didn't even notice. They're just stomping in topside. Phantiks grab that double bot. That Rift. Rift Herald is such a huge tempo playing career, guys. You can do this in your own solo queue games. Like, if you have the Rift Herald, a lot of teams, I don't know why, but even in like lower elos and stuff, they'll just try and go for like a 1-for-1 tower trade on like opposite side of the map. Boom, drop the Rift Herald and you get an inhib. It's actually insane. Especially if you get picks. A lot of time they'll try and defend it and you just dive. And then you get that Rift Herald, just run it straight through, get the inhib. OCEs? What the fuck? Must have been watching. Now, finally hitting that side lane. 18 minutes in. You should be hitting that 10 CS per minute mark. Takes that kill away. One thing on Ryze is like, you can just CS so fucking well. You can take all the camps, every resource. You'll see a lot of like, pretty much all Ryzes, around about 10 CS per minute on average. And just having that CS per minute is just going to enable you to get those item spikes really consistently. If you're 10 CS per minute, you don't need kills. You got to be huge mid to late game anyway. That's why I always recommend improve your CSing skills, and you can pretty much guarantee to climb. As long as still like, it's within reason. I have seen some people that do op GGs. They're like 10 CS per minute, and then they have like 2k damage done for the entire game. But yeah, you'll see like you'll see perks, caps, these Ryze players. It's always like they play really aggressive, and you've just got that ult Hourglass to get the fuck out if they collapse. It's just all about drawing and bringing pressure. What's that? Trying to catch out the Rengar. Apdo did pick up 2 kills. The Bizzle Mask is making it super hard for anyone to touch him. Only person is the Rengar. This is slow on the outskirts. This mountain's been up for fucking ages. Wait, does Gangplank have an Hourglass? He actually does. This GP has an Hourglass, okay. I mean, it's against the Rengar, it's the only threat. Surely, Derax is better? What the fuck? Hey, surely. I actually have no idea what the fuck is happening in this game. Looking for the Baron here. Oh god, this is a Korean Baron. Okay, so the enemy team definitely have, like, into an Azir, you have a really good opportunity here to poke them out. So watch how Phantiks positions. Trying to zone out. Making sure if they come up, you just want to threaten for the flux spread. Oh my god, he died. Okay. That was interesting. Not sure about that ult. What the fuck was that ult? Just spam click, I guess. Better keep them guessing, bruh. Drops the Baron. This should be into a siege now, into a game close. 21 minutes, Baron. 13k gold lead. Should be able to win. You'll see Phantiks there getting the Archangel. He's really stacking up some damage right now. 3-item Ryze. It's just like, it's very, very hard to deal with. The best thing about Ryze right now is just like, he offers so much. Wave clear, pick, map plays. There's just so many things he can do. Next item, probably most likely going to be a Void Staff. Enemy doesn't have that much MR, but they're going to be coming into it. You could probably get away with the Death Cap, to be honest. Just ignore the Maokai, because you have the Abyssal, he's not going to do any damage. You'll see here, a lot of players, they'll just go in straight group mid. Please, guys, do not, if you see a wave like this bot lane, just get these waves, just get me, this is how you hit 10 CS per minute. It's not by grouping on your team. Get it in the side, shove it in, then push, go into the jungle, and then look to rotate across with the waves. It just puts like double pressure on the enemy team. They really do have to deal. You just have to pray to like, you have to hope or at least communicate with your team, hey, please, for the love of God, don't overextend. To be honest though, in lower elos, they will do exactly that. Rengar dropping that Hourglass, that Wisdom. He drops, just playing slowly front to back. Ryze has ult. Apdo is really struggling. Like he's just really not into this game. It's just because he struggled early game with how much priority, how much pressure they put onto him. And obviously Phantiks played it well, played the matchup well. Do you see like he didn't really associate with the Azir after the mid game? Like the early mid game. Didn't really associate with him at all. That's why Ryze is so good. You can just shove roam, dictate the pace of the map, the pace of the game. Exactly what you want to do. Another really good pick into Azir right now is Xerath, guys. It's very hard for Azir to deal with Xerath as well. Just because of the range difference. Xerath is so fucking annoying. 2 items Xerath, boom. Azir is just pretty much rendered useless. Azir picks up... See, that's what I mean. Apdo's getting a couple kills. You never know. You can never rule out an Azir. If he gets triple soldiers into just fucking straight autos, he's going to out-DPS you. Into a Ryze though, if he gets us any type of flux spread, I mean, it's done. Especially with this build. Pops out the Void, like I said. Preemptive, just getting ahead of the curve, getting that penetration before we can really start stacking it. Especially on Ryze, it's really nice to have. With high DPS. Right now, they should just be looking for an Ashe ult into a Ryze pick. Close the game out. Holy fuck, this Maokai is just inting actually. He's given up, 1-8. RNG. Oh, dude. Quite unfortunate. Who is Caster? Caster's the jungle, right? He probably doesn't give a fuck. Apdo gets dropped down, kind of over it. He could just never really get into this game. Is it his fault? No, I don't think it's his fault. It's more like his top bot side. That Blitzcrank was roaming on him all the time. He couldn't really do much. But Phantiks did play the laning phase extremely well. He played the map well, played everything better. To be honest, he played pretty much every scenario better than Apdo here. And that's why he comes out with the win. 9 CS per min, 11, 1, and 8. Great performance. Can't wait to see him back in OCE. I think he's flying back today, honestly. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I think I'll be doing more Apdo reviews, especially when the season drops. Probably of his champion pool. Might do a Season 8 Twisted Fate or something like that. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.